Good afternoon. Opening prayer. The energy of love is within us and is us. Whole and complete is the I am that we are. We awaken to the truth of our being. We will this be done within and without. May we come to recognize that receive all that we give. We know that we have forgiven ourselves when we forgive them of all grievances held within our minds. May we not be led in temptation by the voice of separation, but instead may we transcend all illusions. For ours is the power, peace, and love of Christ consciousness found within each of us. But who is the perfect extension of the one? Mind and heart that is shared by all and is our birthright as the holy extensions of love itself. Our affirmation of faith. We believe in one God, the author and energy of all, whose love sustains the universe and all things found within it. Our 5 Christ principles. Number 1, there is only one energy in the universe. That energy is love, at all times active in everyone, everywhere. 2, we are the divine energy of love, and that energy is found throughout the universe and in all things, whether seen or unseen. 3, we create our experiences by what we choose to think, feel, and believe, thereby establishing our own responsibility for our own choices. 4, through opening our heart center, we connect with the energy of love and bring out the Christ within us. 5, we express our desire to be of service when we live and demonstrate Christ consciousness in all our affairs. Live, love, give, and forgive.
Thank you, Miss Bobby, and welcome to everyone who is here, to those who are watching, and to those who will watch later in the week. I'd like to thank Mr. Kevin for the beautiful music this afternoon. And today, I'm going to talk about something that, while I'm talking about it, you each are going to think I'm talking about you. You think I'm going to share secrets that you have told me. And that goes for those who are watching. You'll think I'm talking about you. And for those who will watch later in the week, you'll think, well, Lord, he's reading my email or something. All right? Today I'm going to talk about lack. And I've titled it, Lack is the Greatest Sin. Yet, we don't really believe in sin. But if you understand that the word S-I-N is actually Latin, then lack is the greatest sin. Because S-I-N, or sin in Latin, literally means contrary to truth. Meaning it's the opposite. And what is lack? The opposite of abundance, which is the truth. Now, for whatever reason, I have heard a lot about lack the last 3 weeks. So, here's where you get to think I am about to tell your story. Because everyone I have spoken to has brought up lack. And I thought, well, maybe it's time that we look at lack. Do you realize that lack really is the belief that you are missing something, that you are deficient? That's out of Merriam-Webster's. that you are deficient, that you don't have what you think you need. And lack is always the precursor to fear, because we go into anxiety, worry. So I usually, when I hear stories of lack, I think to myself, this person's creating more lack by the fact that they are focusing on the lack. They're putting their energy into lack, and that, where our focus goes, our energy flows. And the universe says, more lack. That's what this person wants, more lack. Well, lack will take everything that you give it. It will take every bit of worry, fear, anxiety, and it always wants more. Lack is never satisfied. How can it be? It's the belief that you're deficient, that you are missing something, that you don't have what you need. And I'm like, lack. How many of you have lack thoughts every day, sometime throughout the day, and sometimes all day? There's something else I want you to recognize. In the Latin, sin means what if. And lack is, what if I don't have? What if I don't get? What if I don't have the things that I need, that I want? And we become so focused on that we miss all the other good stuff. And boy, do we miss it. Because you know what lack robs you of? Lack is a thief. And boy, is it a thief. And it will rob you of gratitude. When you are in lack, you aren't grateful. So lack robs you of your gratitude. And gratitude is the hinge that the door of love swings upon. And love has the flip side of trust. So when you're in lack, you're not in gratitude. Therefore, you've missed the boat of love, and there is no trust. But it goes even deeper. Lack means that you trust your strength over that of the universe. That you know what is best for you. And that may be the case. I'm not telling you that isn't the case. But I've yet to meet a human being that can see around the corner. I think we all like to think that we can, right? We all like to think we can see around the corner. We can't even hardly see our hand in front of our face. Because usually we're preoccupied with past thoughts. Or what we don't have and become afraid of it. And we fear the future, for what will the future bring if it doesn't bring what we need or want, desire? So we completely miss gratitude. To be grateful in the moment for all that we do have, all that we have been given and entrusted with. And I want you to each recognize something. I've shared with everyone here before. Some of you watching know. Those who will watch later, I was brought up Mormon. Am I Mormon now? Thank you, no. There was one statement in the Mormon church that I have never forgotten and will always live by. To whom much is given, much is required. One more time. To whom much is given, much is required. Because the universe trusted you with it. Trusted you with it to share. I know people in my life, some of them are my family members, love them to death. But if they get a hold of something, I swear they get tetanus. You couldn't pry it out of their hand if they were dying. Because they believe that to give is to lose. They believe that to give then is to be in lack. And I get the twitches from it. But again, to whom much is given, much is required. And most people that I know have been given a whole lot. But because of their belief in lack, they spend a good portion of their time ungrateful. I shared with someone a week ago, there is one thing that I absolutely loathe above anything else in this world, and that's ingratitude. I despise ingratitude. Because it means that you don't recognize the gifts that you've been given. And when you don't recognize the gifts you've been given, then you miss all the other gifts that are coming your way. You can't see them. You're blind. And Jesus said that he came for one reason, to give sight to those that are blind. Yes, I understand he meant that to some degree literally, but he also meant it figuratively. To give us sight to the things that we are missing. And the gifts of the universe are some of the things most people miss all the time. They don't see it. And that causes pain and misery in their life. And they begin to question. They feel worthless. They don't understand why they're lacking. And I'm going to say, you're lacking because you believe it's possible. Jesus said that heaven is within us. And in the same Bible, he said, the door to the kingdom is opened from three things: right-mindedness, peace, and joy in the heart. If you're in lack, you're not in right-mindedness. So you're not in peace, and you do not have a joyful heart, which means you must be outside the kingdom. You must be outside of heaven, which literally means you are outside your own self. And if you are outside your own self, that's called hell. Lack is the creation of hell for yourself. But I can't get people to hear that. Heaven is everything. Hell is nothing. Heaven is abundance. Hell is lack. Misery are right here within our mind. And you can choose to be in either one that fast. Lack is the quickest way to put you in hell. That's why I call it the greatest sin. For it is the greatest opposite. It is truly the greatest opposite. We who have been given everything stand in denial of what we have. And then, excuse my language, we bitch, moan, and complain that we don't have it. I'm like, why are you complaining? Look at what you do have. A grateful heart opens doors to abundance. A heart that believes it is lacking, a mind that believes it is lacking, can't see a door because it's stuck on the merry-go-round, the hamster wheel of lack, which just gives more lack. Every time you focus on lack, you will always come away believing that you have even less than what you have. That is the opposite. That's why I call it the greatest sin. Because it makes us ungrateful in the present moment for all that is good, beautiful, and holy. There's someone who says, and I believe this, there's only one lack that we need to overcome. And that lack is the belief that we are separated from God. Well, if we believe we're separated from God, then we have no trust in God. We then have to have trust in ourselves, but most don't even have trust in their own self. And then they wonder why they're in lack, and further in lack, and go deeper into lack, until their mental landscape, what I call the mindscape, looks like a war zone, because they've blown up all the good. And they wonder why life is treating them the way they do, or it does. So I've waited to the end to share the greatest reason for lack. Number one reason, the greatest reason, the only reason that exists for lack, and that is victimhood. You cannot experience lack unless you believe that you are a victim, because to be a victim is to be without power. Lack is to be without. You lack power. When you are a victim, you are powerless. You lack power. We've been told we've been given all power under the heaven and earth. But how many walk around, poor me, poor me, poor me. I'm poor. When you say poor me, yeah, well, the universe says, okay, you're poor. Well, the universe is a yes universe. You're telling the universe, poor me, you're poor. So it will let you believe that you are even poorer and more poor until one day it finally snaps. And you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of being in lack. But there is a way out. People say, how do I have an abundant mindset? That is simple. If lack is founded on victimhood, what is abundance founded or grounded in? Where's its roots? Abundance is rooted in gratitude. Because the more grateful you are, the more you see that is infinitely. Abundance is rooted in gratitude just as much as lack is grounded in victimhood. I've yet to meet a victim that was grateful. Therefore, they're in lack. But everyone who I know that lives in abundance just exudes gratitude naturally. It just spills from them because they've opened the inner door that Jesus spoke of and found the well of eternal life, eternal joy, eternal peace, because they're in heaven. Remember, in the Bible we're told how to get through the door, how to get into the kingdom. Be in your right mind, be at peace, and have a joyful heart. And those that are in abundance are always in gratitude, and because they're always in gratitude, they radiate love. And because they radiate love, they radiate trust. And because love and trust is the tree whose fruit is peace and whose seed is joy. That, guys, is the tree of life. But it's grounded in gratitude. And it is abundant. It never is without fruit. Ever. So you can go and continue to the tree of lack. See if you find anything. See if you become full. Or you can stop. Turn within. Find the tree of life, which is the tree of abundance. And live life unlike you've ever known it. Do we all, every once in a while, slip into the fear that is lack? Of course. But we don't have to stay there. We don't even have to give it a second, and we can come out of it. And when you truly trust, you will live in abundance, whether you really understand it or not, because you know that all is well, all is taken care of. There is nothing to worry about. It will always be there, because the universe always has your highest good and has your back. But if you're in lack, you have turned your back on the universe. The universe wants to give us all that we need, all that we desire. But it's kind of hard to take it and receive it from the universe if I have my back to it and all I'm looking at is the darkness. Can't see it. How can I take it? How can I receive it if I've turned my back on it? So guys, today, turn around. Turn into the light. Turn into love. Turn to where the abundance is. Come out of lack. Come out of victimhood. Come out of the story that is the lie. And come into the truth. Live from the truth. And find out what heaven really feels like. For it really is to be in your right mind, to know the difference between illusion and truth, to be in peace, which is to have a mind free from making any judgments, and to be joyful, to have a joyful heart, which means, by the way, joy, if you really want to know, and I'm going to share it with you anyway, the word joy comes from the word enjoined. That's where the word comes from. To be enjoined is to be at one with God. That's joy. That's what it means to be joyful, to have a joyful heart, to be at one, to be enjoined, to be at one with God. So heaven, you can have it at this moment. Right mind. Stop judging. And know there is no separation. That you are one with God, just as Jesus said, I and the Father are one. Now it's your time to claim that you and God are one. That there is no separation. That's heaven, and that's abundant. There's your abundance. You'll never question where anything comes from because you know. Did Jesus not tell us, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all else will be given to you? Well, the kingdom of heaven is within. He told us how to get there, the three things, and all else is given. There's the trust. You will never, ever wonder where it's coming from because you know. You know. And when you know, you will experience it. Then you will become aware of it, and it will be made manifest. You will see it. But stay in lack, and you won't see anything but more lack. So I hope that you will begin to look over the next couple of days. Where do you believe that you're in lack? Step back and recognize what abundance is, that it's heaven, it's within you. You now have the three keys to get you there. Not hard. He never said it. He never said it was easy, but he never told us it was hard. But he did tell us it was worth it. And I will end on this one note. It is worth it because you, each one of you, are worth it. God set your worth, and you run around telling him you're not worthy of it. So you claim lack. What a slap in the face. And the only person you're hurting is you. So I hope that everyone heard something, and you'll put that lie to bed. Burn it. Set it afire. It's worthless. And live in the true state that we've been given. But we must accept it. We must live it. And we must trust it. All right, it's time for the meditation. So if each and every one of you would put both feet on the floor if you choose. Sit up straight. Let the tension in your shoulders go. You can go back and pick it up, I promise. It's yours. But for this moment, let it go. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to take a deep breath. And on the inhale, I want you to say, there is only abundance. And on the exhale, lack is the lie. Once again, on the inhale, there is only abundance. And on the exhale, lack is the lie. On the inhale, I am abundant. And on the exhale, everything is mine. And as the mind settles, becomes quiet, turn to your heart. And within your heart, you will find a sanctuary, a place of peace and utmost joy, because it is a place where you know that you and God are one. Enter into it. Enter into the Holy of Holies. And you will see at its center an altar. And that altar is there to give thanks. So walk up to it and give your thanks for all that you are, all that you have, and all that is coming your way. Stand there for just a moment and be in the peace of that place. As we bring our conscious awareness now back into this time, this place, this space, we do so with peace, with joy, and with the knowledge that there is only abundance. Lack is the lie. And we trust God, we trust the universe, who always has our back. And for that we say, thank you. Amen. All right, guys, we've come to the end of the service. I'd like to thank each and every one of you who are here, those watching, again to those who will watch later, thank you. Remember, we are here at the Church of Christ Consciousness for those who are truly ready and truly desire to live the truth of their being. So as we close out this service, silently say with me our closing prayer. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive. We give, we receive, and we know that we are that love. And we express it in our unending gratitude. So thanks for watching, and thanks again to Kevin for the beautiful music. And again, guys, go in peace, be happy, stay right-minded, and know what heaven is. Have a good one.